All right, good morning. Fresh coffee today. I wanted to share something that I think is really important, and this is how to monetize your skills as a yoga teacher. I recently brought on a student, and she had been teaching yoga for a long time, and she'd been acquiring all these skills, taking extra courses and classes, 200 hour, 300 hour, and was stuck with a little bit of Zoom yoga online, but mostly doing in-person classes. And she was facing an issue where, that's the train beside my house. If you've ever seen the Sri Lanka train, this is about to be it. Anyways, this student is facing this dilemma. How do I go online and teach yoga when people in Bali or India are doing it for like $5, $10, and she lives somewhere where the cost of living is high? So how does she justify such a high price when someone else, in another country can do it for so cheap? And that's a great question. Here's the answer. Don't teach yoga classes. All right, now that seems weird because most of the time when people are saying like, oh, I'm a yoga teacher, I teach yoga classes. But then there's also this idea that yoga is more than asana. Now, for most teachers, when they say or think or hear that yoga is more than asana, that means we keep teaching group classes and we just migrate to the quote unquote more spiritual stuff like meditation and pranayama, right? So here's why that doesn't really work. It's the same model, just a different topic, right? You're still teaching a group class. Look at this spider. Right out in the middle of nowhere. Look at that. I don't know if you can see it, but the web is like in the middle of all of there's nothing. It's such a huge space, like meters and meters across, and then there's this web in the middle. I actually got to be careful. There's a lot of spiders around this property, and snakes and peacocks and mongoose and cows and cats and dogs and scorpions and lizards and parrots and a few other things. So yeah, I gotta be careful when I'm walking around here. But see, the thing is, when a yoga teacher says, okay, I'm gonna teach the more spiritual stuff and I'm gonna move away from the asana classes because yoga is more than asana, and I want to teach yoga online, then they get stuck. And here's why teaching pranayama or meditation won't change anything, because that same teacher in some other country who can make a good living teaching $5 or $10 yoga classes, they can do the same thing for meditation and pranayama. So the student who you're worried about losing or not signing up because they can just sign up with this other teacher somewhere else, that's not going to change anything, right? So how do you do, what do you do? What's the difference? Well, you start by going beyond asana class, okay? It's really hard for yoga teachers to grasp this. Everybody wants to take yoga off the mat. Everyone wants to do more than asana. But the moment we come down to what to teach, we get that question, what to teach? So here's how you look at it. The best place that you can look at something on what to teach is look at your own yoga journey. Why did you get into yoga? What did yoga help you out with? What did you learn from yoga? These are some crucial questions because you probably got into yoga for a couple of reasons, and you were probably looking for help with something. Maybe it's an injury. Maybe it's a certain condition. Maybe, you got into yoga and you realized that it was really helpful for mental health. whatever it is, that's fine, that's beautiful. But guess what? There's other people out there who are also getting into yoga for those exact same reasons, who are looking for help in those exact same areas, right? And then yoga teachers usually say to me, yeah, but I don't want to exclude anybody. Well, guess what? When you teach online, you need to write stuff down. You need to describe what you're offering, who you're offering it to, what's included, what they're going to get. And if you're not choosing a certain group of people, then nobody's going to sign up for your class anyways, or your course, or your book, or your document, whatever it is. It doesn't matter. Why? Let's look at this. Let's say I write a website that says yoga is really good for you. It improves your digestion. It helps with your breathing. It improves your sleep. It gives you more energy. It improves your cardiovascular health. Okay, so if I don't have any of those problems, I don't really care, right? And if you do have any one of those issues, maybe you're looking for increasing your cardiovascular system, okay, but now there's all this other talk about all these other things. So I'm looking to improve my cardiovascular health, and yeah, it says that one time, but it doesn't say anything else. Now let's look at something else. Imagine I was writing a page that was specifically for people looking to improve their heart health, their cardiovascular health, okay? And now I say, would you like to do exercise without your heart rate skyrocketing? Would you like to do an intense asana practice without worrying about taking a breath because your heart's going too fast? Would you like to enjoy more endurance and strength when you're running, hiking, or doing other physical activities? Well, this online yoga class is going to improve your cardiovascular strength and allow you to do all the activities that you used to do, just like when you were 25. Okay? The reason why the second one's gonna work is because it speaks to a specific group of people with specific conditions who need specific help in a specific area of their life. And when they read something like that, they know that you're speaking to them. And when they feel that you're speaking to them, they resonate with you. And when they resonate with you, they're willing to take the action that you want them to take. Register for a freebie, sign up for a class, pay for a workshop, join a retreat, whatever, right? They're willing to do that because they realize, hey, this person is speaking directly to me, right? Like you right now, I'm speaking to yoga teachers, right? I'm not speaking to new yoga students. I'm not speaking to weightlifters, right? I'm speaking to yoga teachers like you who want to go online, who want to earn more than you can with group classes. And so I'm showing you how to do that, right? So it makes sense. You want to watch this content, and I want to share it with a specific group of people like you. So thank you for watching. And while you're here, if you like what we're talking about, click the like button, subscribe. Really appreciate it. So getting clear on what you're going to teach is ultra important. And you're not excluding anybody because you're focusing on helping a specific group of people. And the facts are that as an individual, you're just not the right teacher for everyone. I'm not the right teacher for everyone. I hope I'm the right teacher for you, but there are lots of people out there that I'm not a great fit for. For example, if somebody doesn't want to teach yoga online, I'm not the person to help them. I could help them. I know how to teach yoga offline. I've done group classes at teacher trainings in person in India with group sizes up to 85 people, right? And I've taught yoga classes at studios all over the world and privates online all over the world. And I got it, I've done it. But I focus on helping yoga teachers who want to move online. So when you're looking at what to get clear on, what to focus on, start with your journey. Start with why you got into yoga. Start with what's been most helpful for you, right? And what those things, sorry, I just got to be careful. There's lots of mosquitoes and I recently had dengue. So what you got to do is look at your experience and draw from that, because that's what you know the most. Once you go from there, now you can really dive in and help people with a specific problem, right? That's the trick. Every yoga teacher wants to help people. And I think that's amazing, right? I help yoga teachers who want to teach online. But you can't help everyone. You can't help people who've got a broken leg if you've never had a broken leg. You can't help people who've got cancer if you've never had cancer. You could try, but you're not going to get very far. Why? Because you've never had cancer, right? Hopefully you never do. Hopefully I never do. But the difference is that when you've actually come from a place in a situation, you can understand and empathize with people with what's going on. You know where they're at. You know their struggles. And that's why it's so important to start with that place. Down the road, yeah, you can always add something else, right? But most yoga teachers, they start doing that at the incorrect time, right? When is the time to start adding additional types of training or focusing on new material? When you've got one system already up and running. It's stable, it's earning you consistent income. It's proven, students are signing up, right? Here's the trick. A lot of yoga teachers, what they want to do is they want to help every student who crosses their path. And they feel bad for not helping them immediately and dropping everything that they're doing and starting to help them. But this is shiny object syndrome, right? What's happening is somebody's coming along and you want to help them, and so you're going to start something completely new, ditch or leave or pause what you're currently doing, current students, current setup, and try and do this whole new thing just in order to help this person, because a lot of teachers feel bad about saying that they're not the right teacher for that student, or they need the money, right? Think about this. If you're a yoga teacher who needs the money and you take on a student who's not like perfectly within your skill set, is that ethical? Is it ethical to try and quote unquote help someone who you may not have the full experience or knowledge or understanding with, purely because you need the money, right? So in my opinion, the answer is no. Maybe you feel differently, and that's perfectly okay, right? But I'd rather not do a half job, quote unquote, helping someone because I need money. I'd rather focus on my area of expertise, deeply transform people's lives, and get compensated very well for it in the process. In my opinion, the second one is a lot better. And when you actually have one thing up and running, again, it could be anything online, could be an ebook, could be a subscription, could be a mini course, could be a full course, could be anything you want, combination of those. Excuse me. But when you're in that situation and you've got students coming in, I can tell you for a fact, something amazing is going to happen. And what happens is that when you've got those paying students coming through, you get feedback from them. They share their experience. They share what they like. They share what they want to see improved. They share how it's helping them. And that gives you extremely valuable information for what to do next. And the reason why I recommend that teachers focus on building one system and working on it and mastering it until you get to the level where the income is consistent and you've got paying students giving you feedback, is because they'll give you feedback about what they want next, right? Now, here's a little business lesson. The most expensive part of any business, it doesn't matter what business you're in. There's my yard keeper. Hi. It's here to rake the leaves so that a bunch of animals don't start living in our grass. But the most expensive part of any business, it doesn't matter which business you're in, which industry, it doesn't matter. The most expensive part is called customer acquisition. That means finding a customer, convincing them that you're the right fit, and then actually getting them to sign up. That's the most expensive part. Once you have someone who's signed up with you, they trust you. They will do business with you over and over and over and over, right? Upgrades, promos, subscriptions, memberships, one-off purchases, retreats. The list goes on and on and on, right? Think about the people, think about any business that you've done something with, right? If you have an iPhone, you probably buy another one. You don't even think about it. Now, there's lots of reasons for that, but one of them is that you trust that the product you purchase from Apple will deliver. If you didn't, you wouldn't, right? So as a yoga teacher, what you want to do is focus on getting one system built that reflects your area of experience, knowledge, and skill. You want to deliver a solution for a specific group of people that helps with a specific problem. You want to focus on delivering that until you've got regular income and feedback from students. And then you use that feedback to make your next product, service, or hybrid combo of those two. All right? That is how you're going to sustainably teach online. It's how you're going to deliver an amazing transformation for your students. And it's how you're going to be successful at doing this without teaching a bunch of group asana, pranayama, or meditation classes. All right? So if you'd like to learn more about how to do this, how to do a little bit of a setup, and the mindset shifts that are required for making this kind of transition, I've got a free workshop with the link in the bio, or the link in the description, and go ahead, click that. You can register for it. It's completely free, very short, very quick, and I'll show you all the things you need to know to go to the next level and teach online. I'll see you there.